Hey guys, yeah.
What up? Back with another episode of Get Keen, or Get Keen episode.
Get Keen
another
video.
episode of To Get
Back with another Get Keen video.
Whatever. The topic of today's video is perfect dynamics in a purposeful relationship and why this is important going forward with the feminist movement and then pretty much the structure of women being too masculine and how it affects us causing men to be too feminine. And that's not the dynamic you really want going into it.
No, that's right. That's right.
So we're going to try and discuss
this
that.
is probably one of the most important videos we're probably going to make. I think going forward,
because we're trying to represent the purple.
Well, going forward, I think we'll look back on this. It's going to be one very important video that everyone needs to watch. Yeah, monumental.
Yes,
definitely. Anyway, so do you want to start? So basically, the main point, point number one.
The dynamic is that you have to be the lead. So you've got to be on your game. You've got to be on your purpose. You've got to be You got to be putting in work. Like that. It starts with you. Like you can't be. The man has to be the one that's. Not like running the shots in a way in which it's like you're trying to act like you're running the shots and trying to be the boss, man. You actually have to be like the boss. You can't be a pretender. You gotta be running that.
You're not dictating her and disrespecting her and saying do this, do that. You're out there taking action.
Yes, 100%. You're a man taking action, and he's on his purpose, and he's trying to do the self-improvement and try and like lead.
Exactly.
Not only lead yourself, but lead her and lead other people around you.
Exactly, you want her in a submissive state.
And that's the second one, which is basically women in her submissive state, which is in her feminine state, which doesn't mean a girl that's, submissive is in like, oh, do that, do this, and then she's like just like a slave.
Yeah, well, yeah, the submissive term has been, I think, misunderstood.
Yeah,
or it's termed wrong by most women.
Yeah, 100%.
Submissive is supposed to be, you've got them in a state where they see that you're on a pedestal almost, but the pedestal is not something that should be they should feel inferior about. They should be thinking, okay, he's a leader, he's out there taking action, and I want to support him, and I want to be that rock, that something that he can come back to and sort of de-stress when he's at home, and then he can go back out and grind again. That's how I see it.
100%. So, because now the women they're so hyper masculine by the media that you say submissive and they think it's like submissive dog. But really, it's just
they've got no value. They've got no value.
Yeah, like they're like nothing. Like you don't even they're less than human. But as you said, it's about a girl that respects the guy enough to let him lead, and then take maybe the whole family or whatever.
Yeah, it's the reason you're grinding and you're on your purpose is to improve yourself. But then when you improve yourself, you improve the people around you.
Yeah.
So you going forward and always being that leader is going to ultimately, I love that word.
Yeah.
Ultimately going to make you be perceived as a king automatically and just someone that's got value and high status.
Which brings in the king and queen dynamic, which is what you want, and that's what the traditional style is.
Definitely.
But not
Anyway, all right. So we've got 5 examples that we're going to go through. Example number 1. Is you both work 8 hours, and then you both come home and maintain the house, cook, clean, do everything together. Basically, this is I wouldn't say it's a good dynamic, but it's the dynamic that's most common today. It's most common today because the girl ultimately, she basically wants you to come home and she expects you to do everything around the house as well, and
you're going to be on a level playing field,
exactly.
And then she's not going to see you as above you. She's not really going to respect you as
exactly. And if you know female nature, they're going to always want more. So they're always going to ever, after some time, it might take years. That she might want. She's gonna. I swear, man, I was so pumped with this video, and you fucking just fucked the whole video.
I know.
So let me go. Anyway, she will ultimately want more, no matter what you do.
Wait.
8 hours, and then you're both putting in. She's gonna want more. Second example is you work 8 hours, she works 8 hours, and she comes home and cooks and cleans and maintains everything and looks after you and gives you lunch, gives you dinner.
This is the type of thing where dudes will work 8 hours, they think it's enough, and then they'll go and play video games.
Exactly. So you can't come home and fucking sit on your ass. She's gonna come home after a long day's work and go, I've grinded just as much as you have. What are you doing? Playing PlayStation? Or you're not even at the gym. What are you doing?
Yeah, because then. Yeah, the people, you always have to outwork her. It's all about outworking her.
Definitely.
So if you're sitting home playing video games while you both already worked, then she's not going to really respect you, and then she's pretty much gonna start
Yeah,
looking for options, bro.
Yeah, so that's not what you want to do. You want to be either being like the first example, where you're helping maintain and you're showing that you're putting in value as well. That'll keep her more keen and she won't test you as much. She will like eventually, but you don't want to be coming home and sitting on your ass. Get your computer out and start looking for ways to make more money. Anyway, so number 3, that's number 2. Number 3 is you work 8 hours. She works minimal hours, and then she cooks and cleans and looks after you and looks after herself. This is probably a better dynamic, but it's probably seen as it's similar to the first one, where
it's more on the equal playing field, because the first one, then it's pretty much you're like on the edge of like you're running across like next to like an edge of a cliff. It's like you have to kind of maybe start doing more hours or start grinding, or she won't respect you. But this one, it's more close to the equal because you're doing more hours, but she's also helping out around the house.
Definitely. Like, I should clarify better. It's like the first one because you're coming home after 8 hours, but you're sitting down and pretty much you can do whatever you want. But because she works less, she's expected to do more because you're doing more at work. But even then, you should be going and growing and trying to grind, because eventually she's going to be like, okay, I still work and I'm putting in more around the house, whereas you're coming home and working, those extra 4 hours or 5 hours that you work is going to balance out anyway.
Yeah, so that's more of a balanced one. And then number 4. And
then number 3. Example number 4 is you work 8 hours or however many hours you work to bring in the income, and she does nothing, like no work at all, but she comes home and she's at home maintaining the house, looking after you, looking after herself. This is probably
the most traditional.
Probably the most traditional.
But probably the rarest in this day and age with inflation and the cost of living.
Definitely. But you won't see it too much because it's just too hard not to have someone else working.
You have to work more than 8 hours.
The average income from a man, 8 hours, is not going to bring in enough money to support both of you.
Yeah.
So this one, if those 8 hours have to be bringing in some sort of income that can provide for both of you.
Or you'd have to just work more than 8 hours and you have to work crazy amounts. So that's a good dynamic, but this dynamic might take you the furthest, but you'd have to work a lot more than 8 hours. It'd have to be like, she's like your petrol to the car.
I think that dynamics would be seen in people that are like celebrities like celebrities and people that are obviously wealthy. They're women, there'll be some gold diggers there though. So people girls that don't do anything. But anyway, and that's number 4. And then the last one is you work and you do everything, and then she's at home not working and not maintaining the house. This is probably the worst dynamic ever.
Definitely, dude. That's not ideal at all.
No, it's not ideal. Because she expects you to come home, cook her dinner, or she'll not even cook her dinner. She'll just expect takeaway or something easy, but you have to pay for that. So basically, you are the epitome of a beta male provider.
100%. Beta male provider and a half, brother.
And a simp. We'll chuck in simp there as well.
Oh, maybe not. Oh, I'm not a simp. Because she's still getting... I bet she's a gold digger. She obviously doesn't respect you. And she doesn't believe in like what you're doing. So how's she going to how are you going to go further with this girl? You got to drop her. She's not going to... She's just holding you back.
You're better off going back to... Like, this is our honest opinion. You're better off going back to your red pill ways.
Yeah,
and
100%.
And reevaluating the support you need going forward, because that's not providing you any support. So you want a girl that has good values, good morals, and is there, that sees you, because she doesn't respect you. All she respects is
what you can do for her.
Exactly.
And then that's like the least equal out of the whole 5 examples.
Yeah. So anyway, there are 5 examples.
Hope you guys liked them.
Yeah.
Hopefully they might. You might resonate with them. They might be going through some of that. If you have to, you might have to counteract the balance. Like maybe if you're like working 8 hours, she's working 8 hours, and then you sit at home playing video games. Just try and get on the purpose.
Definitely.
Try to do self-improvement, get to the gym, whatever.
It doesn't. You know what? The main message is, no matter what you're doing, if you're experiencing one of those 5 examples, then you should be, listening to this video,
100%.
And then breaking down that example that we've mentioned, and saying, am I doing enough?
Am I outworking her?
Exactly.
That's the main thing. Remember to outwork her. It's tough, but
it's not. It shouldn't be. It's not a competition between you and her. It's just. It's your role. You're on your purpose. So you should be grinding to the point where the purpose is the only thing that matters.
Yeah. 100%.
So anyway, give our video a like and
subscribe.
Let us.
Definitely subscribe. I only like 9, but
9 subscribers.
Get on that shit.
Anyway.
Hope you enjoyed the vid.
We're out.
Catch ya.